Good evening, everybody, to another very tiring episode of A Tale of Dice, where us beautiful fantasy friends are gathered around the different places on the internet to play the beautiful game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition and follow the adventures of a group of heroes known as the Pack. We are all, with an exception of Charlie, I believe, feeling a little bit ill today, a little bit under the weather, and as such, we are maybe a little bit out of it, but we hope to get back to the level of entertainment that you are, that we are known for. We also got a little bit of feedback, which is that I didn't really look like my icon with like the hood. So it's not because I am like feeling a little bit ill and just want more warmth and cuddliness around myself.
Not only because.
This is my beautiful Dungeon Master's robe as of today. If you like it, let us know. I'll wear it the next time as well because it's very cozy. Okay. I'm not gonna ask if everybody's doing okay because we're not, but this game will hopefully help us a little bit.
One question for the chat. Is the audio alright? Because I think the background sound might be a little bit loud now, but I'm not really sure how that is for you guys, so let me know, and then I'll change it around.
They've called me adorable.
You're adorable.
Thank you. I like being adorable. At least today I like being adorable. So, guys, stuff is going on. Oh, could be a little lower.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get that down just a smidgens.
bit.
A smidgens right over there.
My ears like this better too.
There we go. What about this?
I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this.
All right. Let's see if we can keep this volume going. So, with the music set up and all of us gathered around this digital campfire, shall we play a game?
Oh god, I'm not into. Okay, wait. Okay, there. I was so not in position.
It's okay, Max. It's okay. So, last time we left off, our heroes had gathered a magical artifact known as the Midsummer Blade and brought it as a token of appreciation to the different fey creatures and treants that lived in these wild lands, to convince them that our pack members were able to help them in an ongoing struggle between the fey creatures and the creatures of the Shadowfell that gathered around a common court of shadows, as they called it. With this blade, they were able to convince the Fae that they were trusted allies, and as such, they were sent out on the first of their assignments to help them in this ongoing endeavor. This brought them to a fallen fort by the name of Fort Blueburrow, where our heroes vanquished all of the different darklings and eventually even a vampire, Count Fairwind, that had holed up in this, and then found that he was busy opening a portal to his shadowy dimension of the Shadowfell. After a little bit of experimentation, this portal was actually opened by our party members, and now the material plane was connected to the Shadowfell. After a long battle with clearing out this entire fort, our heroes decided to rest here in this castle. But then, the real enemy made himself known. Not the different creatures from this shadowy, evil plane. No, the plane itself. The lethargic magic leaking out of the portal drained and depressed all of our party members, and even as much as drove Hannah mad with grief and, fear for the life of herself, her party members, and her cat. And as such, she fled. With Iroh hot on her tail, Allison just darted outside of the fort as well to see if he could find Hannah. Eventually threaded back to the fort, where Grakal was still guarding this portal. And that's where we'll pick up this session. So, as Hannah and Iroh are running through the forest, fleeing the dark magics, Allison, you get back to the fortress. What would you like to do?
So I'm currently in front of the gate of the fortress, basically?
The door.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I open the door and I rush back up to see if Grakal's alright, basically.
All right. So as
Because
you
there was like one very small detail that you missed in your description just now, and that's Grakal got bitten, and Allison's very worried about it.
So as you run up the stone staircase, step by step, getting closer and closer to the top of this fortress where the portal was opened, you get this eerie feeling inside your mind. Perhaps the magic of the Shadowfell getting the best of you, but indeed you begin to think back at Grakal's state when you left him. Because indeed, in the battle with Count Fairwind, Grakal had been bitten by this vampire. And the aggression that he had been keeping inside of himself, finding purpose in vanquishing the shadows, had already began to leak out a little bit. And as you get to the last door in this staircase, as you open it up to gaze into this large open space, you find that the portal, which you had boarded up with all different types of crates and tables and whatnot, is laying in ruins.
Fucking
All of the
Grakal.
wooden works shattered into different snippets of wood, completely torn asunder. And Grakal, with the Midsummer Blade, is nowhere to be seen. There is
Grakal!
but an empty hole in the wall where a mirrored image of the fort where you are now standing in continues on the underside. The shadowy reflection of Fort Blueburrow.
Grakal! Grakal! I basically start searching around the whole place, real quick.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
30?
30. All right. So as you first take a moment to take in your surroundings, to see what is going on, you can see that all of the woodwork has been splintered, but with the large pieces of wood that are still here, you see claw marks. Grakal wasn't just going at this with his sword. And what you can also see are a couple of scratches on the stone archway that leads towards the Shadowfell. It seems that you have found a couple of traces that Grakal went through the portal.
Oh god. Okay.
Sorry, bro.
Why? Why? Okay. Allison is very much stressed out right now, just as Max is in IRL. Okay. Allison thinks he quickly tries and see if he's not just somewhere else in the vicinity. Just very quickly sprints down to the other side, other room where the egg was previously. If he can't find him there, then he runs back up and he's like walking back and forth in the room, up, just with his hands in his hair. Like, okay. Fuck. And he runs in the portal.
All right. As soon as you enter into the portal, you have like this soft wave of a chilling cold just running through your entire body as you step into another dimension. As soon as you step inside, you look around and you can see that the sky itself is a perpetual gray, going to a little bit darker black and then to gray again. You look around in the air and you do not see any stars, moon, or sun, no light source whatsoever. The little bit of light that you do have here to look around seems to be omnipresent without an actual source. You see that this reflection of the fortress is old. You do see that as soon as Grakal stepped in here, it doesn't take a lot to see a couple of footprints on the dusty floor that you can see here. The footprints that go off to the opening, because the Fort Blueburrow had like one caved-in corner of the place where you are right now, and that is also here on this shadowy version of the fortress. The footsteps go over there, where a little bit of rubble is set aside, and then just open air. As you walk up towards it, You look around and you can see that the entire surroundings are one thick bog-like area. The shadowy reflection of the cragged hills is also stretched before you. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
It's a high one, 32. Do I see
32.
anything? Was there some fighting happening around here?
You don't see any fighting. You do say, however, that it seems that Grakal basically abseiled from this side of the fortress. As you can see, like large claw marks. He was hastily climbing down, it seems. And probably from where you can see here, he should have continued down. However, with a 32 on your perception check, you can also hear the different sounds that this shadow plane has to offer. Different beasts in this bog-like area, growling at each other. Territorial, probably.
Allison... Ah, shit! Why? Charlie, why? Hi!
This one's for you, buddy.
Alright. Allison will definitely stealth. He will definitely try and stealth. And is there, did Grakal attach a rope to something, to Abseil, or?
Nope. He was in a hurry, it seems.
How far down is it?
35 feet.
I take out a rope in my own bag, I try and attach it to something, and I will try climbing down.
All right, go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me, please.
Acrobatics, you say? 17.
17. All right. As you take a couple of deep breaths, you get the rope attached, and you quickly begin to downscale this fortress. However, in your haste, with the feeling of dread that Grakal might be out there all alone, you eventually get 3/4 there and slip, falling back into this cold bog water as it chills you to your bone. You quickly get up, and right now, as you stand here, you can see that the water is about knee deep. You don't take any damage because the water broke your fall. The water is about knee deep, and you can see that the surroundings itself, sometimes the land takes over for a second, and you have like this low hillside that sticks out of the water, then it goes back in. Go ahead and make another perception check for me.
Natural 4, 17.
17. You take a look around, you take a few steps, get to a little piece of dry land, walk around, get back. You can't find any tracks of Grakal.
What's in my surroundings again?
A large bog, and eventually, far in the distance, the shadowy reflections of the mountains here in the range as well. So there's probably about 200 to 300 meters at least of bogland surrounding you before the mountains take over again, and you get these mountains that the Cragged Hills are also known for. Although these ones do seem a little bit more barren and blackened, and all the trees that you can see on these mountains are dried up and leafless.
Okay. Allison will try, he's at least gonna give this a go, right? So, he feel like, okay, it's Grakal. He probably went just straight forward out of this bog to the other side. So he will just go straight forward, try and stealth a little bit, and be inconspicuous.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
That's a good one, at least. 31.
31? Okay, so as you are shivering in the cold water, you do get a hold of yourself for a second, get the robe over yourself to make you a little bit more inconspicuous, and with that you begin to set sail through this bogland. Now go ahead and make me just a flat check. Just roll a d20. See if you're lucky enough to follow in the footsteps of Grakal.
2.
2. All right, so As you begin to walk, stealthily as best you can, you continue your trek for a couple of minutes, but still no sign of Grakal. Eventually, however, as you take a couple of steps, you hear something. You get low to the water, just at the moment where you thought was a little piece of dry land with like a broken tree on top of it. This large, blackened crocodile, as large as 5 meters in length, just gets up out of the swampy area. It seems a little bit plant-like, as you can see that the tree actually just grows from his back. He takes a couple of steps. Looks around, sniffs, and then settles in the bogland again, as it didn't seem to note you. Barely.
Allison will desperately keep going. Like, unless he's like almost dying and forced to go back, he will search for him. It's like, yeah, Grakal, you're killing me.
All right. Well, if that is the case, eventually, as you cam out this entire part, you begin to doubt yourself after like half an hour, 45 minutes, something around that area, as it doesn't seem that Grakal is anywhere to be seen. Maybe you went searching the wrong direction. Maybe he didn't just get out and started walking this direction. You can go back and try to search another area.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Go ahead and make me another perception check.
20 total, natural 7.
20 total, all right. All right. So, as you get to the fortress once again, you just rinse and repeat. Go to another direction. You step to the other side of the fortress and just continue to search over there. Again, no signs of Grakal. However, eventually, as you get past another small land area, you see that the tree itself is standing still. But as soon as you get there, you just breathe for a couple of seconds. When the shadow of the tree slowly comes alive, the shadow moves upward until the shadow itself morphs into that of a humanoid creature. Too late for you to notice, as a shadowy hand is extended to you, and that is going to be a 27 to hit.
That hits.
All right. As you are frightened, as this shadow apparition deals 9 points of negative damage to you, as the heat from your body, the little bit that is left, is now completely sucked out of it. You startle for a second, take a step back as he lunges towards you and goes for another 2 attacks. Second one comes in for a 16, and third one comes in for even lower, 14. So the next 2 shadow hands miss. As you can see, a black, featureless face with 2 white coal eyes as large shadow tendrils just drift up into the air. What do you do?
Why am I out here alone? My character's not made to be alone. I'll fight it? Question mark. I'll draw my
Okay.
weapon and I'll strike at it. I'll try.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strike.
It's not a bad roll. That's a 30.
30. That's a critical hit on this one.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll double damage.
Not sneak attack, shamefully.
As you try to take a look at this creature, You have no idea where the weak points are. This guy is immune to precision damage.
Well, yeah, he's fucking me over. All right. 15 points of damage still, though.
15 points. You try to slash with your sword through this shadowy apparition, and it's hard to strike ghosts. It seems that you did whiff away a little bit of its energy, but he doesn't seem to be affected as much by your strike. You still have one action left.
Cast shield.
All right. So, as
Hopefully the
shadow-
light will scare him away, because there's like a magical field light around me right now.
A shimmer is what you're looking
it's
for.
a shimmer, yeah.
A beautiful.
I
as you
hope
as
I'm
you
not a
throw
beacon.
up, as you throw up the shield, what you can see is that the hand of the shadow is reaching out to something next to you, and as you look, you can see that this shadow with your shadow is connected. As the shadow tries to pull away your own shadow from your body, and as he does so,
What if
you
I
are
don't
enfeebled
want
one.
you to?
You are enfeebled one, and were you already enfeebled one from the?
At that point.
Not yet. Okay, you made your saves the last time, so you are now enfeebled one as he begins to steal your shadow.
Oh no, I think I failed one save, so I should be enfeebled one.
Okay, so you're now enfeebled 2 with that.
Great!
And you feel if this goes on for a little bit longer, something terrible is about to happen. This is not good. With his other hand, he's just going to try and strike you once again.
Mm-hmm.
First one is going to come in for a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. So you take another, let's see, 11 points of negative damage.
Sure.
And he goes ahead and pulls your shadow away even more. You are now enfeebled 3. Last action. Last attack comes in for a 16 to hit.
Misses.
Yep. What do you do?
Okay, so
Do you guys
how many?
know that point in a?
Yeah.
Do you guys know that point in a game in an RPG where you accidentally stumble into a level that's too high level for you?
Thanks to you.
What do you do, Allison?
How many more of these shadow-taking grabs could I perceivably take? Because that will very much decide my actions.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
This is medicine or perception?
Medicine is also okay.
32.
32. If he does this one more time, you're dead.
I disengage. And I make a 5-foot step.
Yeah. All right.
And I fucking run.
All right. So with that, you take a step back. The shadow where it was connected breaks loose, and the shadow still tries to grab at you as you just bolt it as fast as you can. You are very tired. Still enfeebled 3 at this moment in time. You eventually get back to the fortress. Very scared, very tired, very cold, very wet. Not a good time for Allison whatsoever.
As I'm here, in my head, Grakol must have gone after something. Even if he's bitten, I don't think he just rushes in and just jumps outside of a window for nothing. So what I'd like to do is search the first room, basically the room where the portal is in. If there's anything that resembles something that Grakol would have followed or would have gone after, or any traces of anything.
You've already looked over there. I already made you have a check. There's nothing. Just rage. You eventually climb back up the fortress walls, back to the portal itself. You take another look around, but...
Fuck. Can you
You
describe...
think back at the old Grakul, when you first met him, where he was more of a actions kind of man instead of words.
Like... Oh, Allison is very depressed right now. He
That's what the Shadowfell would do to you.
he knew that Grakul was cursed with something and he just let him go, and he very much takes this on himself as he is not having a good time. But if he starts looking around this castle stealthily, hoping nothing will kill him, but after a while, I guess he returns back.
Yeah, you're pretty sure, eventually you're pretty sure that there's just nothing to be found here.
Okay. Allison will go back inside of the portal to the prime material plane and cover up the portal again.
All right.
Whilst crying.
No.
Just saying.
And it is a very difficult thing to do because you are enfeebled 3 right now. So that means that all of strength-based activity is very close to being, well, impossible, actually.
Yeah. He does, like, he is someone that is, he's exhausting himself doing this, probably.
Yeah.
But he wants to have it done, at least.
All right.
So, no matter how long it takes, no matter if he actually just falls on his back and just falls asleep or something, he continues doing this until there's at least most of it is covered.
It's not too difficult to cover it up, but you do begin to realize that because you basically do not have the strength to lift heavy things in front of it, it's not going to be covered up well. Like, there's only so much that you can do, even if you, exhaust yourself doing so.
Allison...
But eventually it is covered up.
Allison sits down on, like, a bit of rubble with his blade on his chest, basically keeping his blade to his chest. Yeah, probably. Also, that's what he's thinking about currently, but he's not doing it. And he keeps guard.
All right.
He just waits. Thinking through what the fuck to do.
As Allison is sitting here guarding the portal, we pan over to Hannah. With every step you take further away from this castle, Hannah, with Melo in tow, you get a little bit more energy. You get a little bit more, better feelings in general. And eventually, as you are stalking here through the woods, you hear a sound coming from behind you. At first, you're a little bit scared at what kind of predator might be stalking you here through the woods, until you realize that the predator is none other than Iroh, the halfling monk companion who is pretty goddarn quick.
And a predator, nonetheless.
Rawr. Eventually, you guys meet up again.
So I catch up with Hannah, and I start to say something as I'm still running. So it's like, Hannah.
Yeah.
Just a second. Ooh. Oh.
Are halflings natural sprinters too, or?
Oh, that is pretty far, man.
Well, I really needed to get out of there.
Right.
Yeah, but like outside of the room is also out. That's okay.
It wasn't far enough, Arrow. That place is evil.
Yeah, but we can handle evil.
Well,
By the way, Max, can you get rid of Charlie for me?
I thought you'd never ask.
I guess I can. Goodbye, Charlie.
Goodbye, Charlie.
Crystal, can you move to the center of the screen? Yeah.
Be on it.
There we go.
Continue, guys.
Yeah, but no, out of the room wasn't enough. I
Well,
still don't feel really well.
yeah, of course, but that's just how the place makes you feel. It's just a bit spooky. It's like one of those haunted mansions from back in the day, you know, the ones that I actually never went to.
I bow down to Melo and I just try to like grab his ears to see if he's real and if he's still alive and stuff. Squeak is tiny.
He does seem like a normal Iroh. His squishiness is on par with what I expected it to be.
It would be funny if you would do that to me too, like,
Hello?
didn't you come from the portal? Let me see.
Oh, well, that's a good one, actually.
I did not come from the portal.
Okay.
Are
good.
you your evil clone?
I think we have to go back to the Fae.
And how about Krikal and Allison?
They will come as well.
Will they?
I think so.
Is it not better if we try to get them and then go
I'm not going back
with
there.
the 4 of them?
I'm not going back.
Well, we're kind of deserting our friends here.
Yeah. But I don't want Melo, me, or you to die.
Yeah, but you would rather have us be with the Fae than them dying?
No, I want to get help from the Fae so that we can go back and have more people to face those black things, dark things.
Yeah, but don't we need Krikal and Allison for that as well?
I don't know what they are doing now. They wanted to go in the portal. What if they did? Then we can't help them.
Well, we have to try, probably.
Yeah, but if we try and die, we won't be of any use. We have to go to the Fae so we can get help.
Fair. Are the Fae far away? Rhymes, but it's still true.
A couple of days.
2 days. 2 days to
2
travel there.
days.
Yep.
Yeah, but the sooner we're there, the sooner we can get help, right?
I look around and I try to find a leaf.
A leaf.
Can I find a leaf?
You're in a.
We're in the forest.
You're in a forest.
It might be like with the spine forest. You never know.
No. This is a leafy. This is a
Leafy
leafy
forest.
forest. This is a leafy
Okay.
forest. Yes, you can find leaf. You have leaf.
I grab a leaf, and with actually probably just with my nail, I try to inscribe it with the insignia that Henna is carrying with her.
Oh, the symbol of Melora, the
symbol
wild
of
mother.
Melora. And then I try to call Lenore. So I try to whistle. I try to do my best whistle.
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Oh, my
Don't
nature
we have-
checks are always horrible.
Paper and stuff.
Yeah. So that's a 5. Comes closer to a trumpet than a whistle.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
No, Lenore. You sent Lenore out yesterday on a sort of espionage mission, as Count Fairwind, the vampire that you slew, turned into a misty form and then whisked away. You sent Lenore after the vampire to track him. And Lenore has not yet returned. That's a sentence.
Yeah, in that case, we might just have to leave a note or something, just on the tree.
Well, that would have. Was this the same path that we took?
Or can we just send Melo? out to
No,
Allison.
no,
It's not a bad idea. I mean,
no, it's a bad idea.
we are just gonna go to the Fae and then we just leave Melo. Melo is quite quick, probably.
Mado's fastest, you and me.
So that's quite quick. I'm looking
No.
at my notes. Do I have
Right
any
now?
stuff?
Right now, you guys are like, well, 20 minutes away from the fortress.
We're 20 minutes away from the fortress and
Yeah,
2
you
days
ran-
away from the Fae, and we're gonna
Yeah.
go to the Fae.
I'm not going back.
If you,
I can wait here
wait,
for you, but
yeah,
I'm not going.
if you wait here, I will just sprint back. That might be smarter, to be honest.
Don't die though.
Nah, I don't die.
It's not his thing.
Do I have something I can? Oh, I can put bark skin on you. In case you.
I think I've already had eczema once.
No, but not that. Bark skin is extra protection, so you get you're more protected from things that
Oh,
attack.
that is smart. No, I would gladly accept that if you
Okay.
have it.
Yes, I will
All
put
right.
that on you.
So Iroh just goes to stand like a T formation, just like bring it over me.
Is it a
And
T
if I-
pose or is it a tree pose?
Ooh,
Mm.
yes.
If there's
Iroh just
anything
stands there and he
wrong-
hopes that he doesn't hear the words fireball uttered.
Yeah.
No.
You cast bark skin on your good old party member.
Yeah, it only has effect of 10 minutes, so you have to be quick.
All right. So, with a little bit of extra protection, Hannah reaches out with her staff and touches Iroh on your chest. And as soon as it does, all of your clothes that you are wearing begin to turn brown, and eventually every fold turns into the texture of the bark of a tree, as eventually you are now encased in bark, as you are a wooden tree form of yourself. With that, Iroh quickly turns and runs back as a mediator between like Grakal running the one way, Hannah running the other, Allison and Iroh trying to just wait, no, just you wait. God damn it. Iroh runs back to the fortress and without much ado eventually finds Allison sitting next to the overturned portal.
Allison. Oh. Oh. That's quite. Oh. 1 second. Okay. So. Hannah is a bit scary. She wants to go to the Fae and. Where's Grakal?
Allison just sits with his like hands in his lap almost, like with his head in his lap almost, like we left him out of our sight. Alright.
He just disappeared?
He was bitten and we left him out of our sight. As he looks up and you see like very red eyes, like his skin is completely turned into his like turned in as very as he's looking very bad right now.
Yeah, Allison is very pale, sunken cheeks. Like the only little bit of color that is on his face are the bags under his eyes, who are very deep, bloodshot. He was also like the way he hunched over was almost as if he was like fainted, like.
So he's gone?
He went
Yeah.
he went inside of the portal and I couldn't
that's not
find
good.
him.
Well, turns out Hannah was half right. That's not good.
Do you think so?
No.
Like, no, of course this is not good.
Ooh. Whew. I think we might have to ask the Fae for help with this one. Ooh, that's not good. No. Nope.
We also
Uh,
lost the summer.
Wait. Oh. We lost in Blade. Ooh.
Why do you guys always just want to head in? Why? Why?
Well, I hands off this time. I actually just went after Hannah. But Kurkal is very heads-on. That is his approach.
Why do none of you ever want to plan things out? Ever? Hannah just
in
runs
that case,
off.
some planning might. Yeah,
Kurkal just
that's
runs
not smart.
off.
Yeah, that's not smart as well. We are in some trouble. Well, normally if we're in some trouble, I would just say, "Hey, you have a different name. I have a different name. I'll see you in the next lifetime." But I think we need to help Kurkal on this one.
How?
But-
I went inside there. There is nothing but evil shadows ripping me apart in there.
Ooh. Ooh. Wait, how was it inside of there?
Terrible!
So there were like shadow monsters, something.
Do you
Yeah, that's
see
not
my
good.
face?
No, but we need subsequent. We need information if we want to go in there again to save Kurkal.
I have looked through that place, through and through, and I couldn't find a damn thing. He just jumped out of a window inside a bog and ran off.
Oh. Yeah. That is not good. We need
Really?
help. Yeah. We need to go back to the Fae, I think. I think though they are at the moment the only people that are able to help us. Because this situation is fucked up.
We need to deliver our intel anyway.
Lenore, I tried to call you. Where were you? Do you have...
Well, at least she came back.
She spits out a small pebble into your hand.
Pebble? I put it in my... I will put it in my pocket for now.
Where is Hannah when you need someone that can talk to birds?
Hannah is in the forest. She's 20 minutes away.
Why is she
We're just gonna
alone?
try and... She didn't want to come back. Actually, if it was up to her, we would just go to the Fae and just leave you guys here. But I figured we might want to have you guys when we go to the Fae.
Why can nobody use their goddamn hats?
Well, mine is still on top of mine.
He just sits there for a minute. After which he stands up.
Let's
What?
go to Hannah and then to the Fae, and then we'll regroup, reorganize, and
Don't we have to protect this portal?
save Kurkal.
What are we gonna do with this mess? Kurkal opened it. It's here now. Things will creep out eventually into this world. Nobody's gonna be here. Why aren't we using our hats ever?
I don't know what we can do about this portal. We can't just sit here and just kill whatever comes out. But to leave it unarmed, or just to leave it just the way it is, sounds a bit unsafe as well. I think we have to.
Can't we just... If Hannah doesn't want to come back, she can go to the fucking Fae and get them back here.
Well, I think this is gonna be a team effort because I think we have to reorganize with the Fae to find a way to get Krokal back.
I can't fucking think straight. Okay. Okay.
We're just gonna seal this off as good as we can. We're just gonna shove everything in this room in front of the portal, and then we just hope that they don't do like a Scooby-Doo skit and come from another room. That's all we can do.
Let's. I'm fucking weak, Arrow. They literally pulled out all of my strength.
Do I have
Can you, please?
I grab Ori's gift from my pocket and I see if there's something in there. I think there is. I haven't touched it in some time.
You take out the magical potion that miraculously refills every time that you use it, and miraculously also always seems to be a little bit different. This time around, you take it out, and you have this yellow, bubbly liquid inside of it.
I hand it over to Allison. I say, here, take a breather. I'm just going to shove some stuff, and then we're going to go over to Hannah.
I fucking hope this is alcohol.
I
And I
hope so
chuck
too.
it.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
2.
You jug it. Poof, Allison falls unconscious.
I see this happen. I think, well, in that case, I
Yeah.
wanted some too, but I will do my stuff. I will let him.
For
sleep for a
the sake of pacing, we will say that with some effort and monkish training, Iroh is eventually able to carry Allison out of the fortress. And Hannah, as you are waiting in the forest, you are getting a little bit worried as eventually you can hear Iroh just with Allison over his shoulder, dragging like his arms through the dirt. An unconscious body of Allison is being dragged in your vicinity.
As
The
I
party is together again, yay!
as I arrive to Hannah, I'm like, well, Hannah, turns out we did need to get them.
Yeah, that's, I guess, fair.
However, that bark skin, I felt like a little tree ant running around, so that was kind of groovy.
Hannah, you don't see Recall.
Yeah,
Where's
that is.
Crow?
Yeah. So, some bad news. Krokal took off. He just.
He took off.
Yeah, he ran into the portal, disappeared into the Shadowfell.
He disappeared.
Yeah, so you could say that we kind of lost him.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Allison tried to go after him,
Okay.
didn't find him. We blocked off the portal, and now we have to find Krokal and the Midsummer Blade.
We have to be quick.
Yeah. However, the Fae is about 2 days travel.
Yeah.
So
So we have to go now.
can you? I don't know if you can do this. I don't expect you to, but maybe you can. Can you communicate with maybe some tree ants that are around that maybe can give us like a lift or a hand in this? I don't know.
I can't
Go
if
for it.
I don't know them. I have to know them to pass the message.
Well, in that case, we better go walk.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I hope Allison is unconscious for 2 days, because
No, you will slow us down. That's not good.
Yeah. Well, we can just throw you over Melo, probably.
Wait a second.
Hey, Melo walks on
No.
2 feet. Allison is probably double the size of me. I'm not gonna carry him all this time.
I
So
guess
either
I'll-
you gonna do some carrying, or you just throw him over the back of Melo, because Melo has 4 feet. He
Yeah, but
might
Melo
be
is
able to
that
seat
big.
someone.
He's not that big.
He's a
He's not a
panther.
horse. Yeah, but it's not a horse.
Panthers are quite big.
You're quick. Oh,
what
shit.
we can do,
I'm anything but big.
what we can do is just basically tie a rope around like the middle of Melo and Allison's feet, and just have him drag Allison through the forest. We can also store him in the bag of holding.
Oh,
That does not work. He will
then you
suffocate within a few minutes, right?
we don't
We
have
can
an
make a
elephant,
slate.
so it
However,
won't work. So.
we can make a slate.
You can make a sled. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
For
we
this-
can. Oh, we can use sleeping bags and put him in there, and then
Bedroll.
bedrolls, and
For-
then we'll.
For the sake of pacing, and not having another 15 minutes of figuring out how to transport an unconscious body, we will say that with great effort and great renown, Hannah and Iroh are able to create a sort of sled, lay Allison on top of it, and drag him off through the woods as you continue your journey back towards the different fey creatures and tree ants at their portal to the Feywild to, well, report your findings. The journey is, weirdly enough, an uplifting one. As you venture further and further away from this dark place, hope finds its way back into both of your hearts. You eventually lose, during these 2 days of travel, the drained condition and the enfeeblement that you had from previously being close to the Shadowfell and undergoing the effects of it. So eventually you are back to okay, except for you, Iroh. You are still enfeebled 1 and drained 1 because you were also cursed by one of the Darklings, and that effect is still going on, I'm afraid. However, as the journey continues, you eventually, as the warmth has returned to your body, as the late summer weather is also again frequenting this second day of travel, you begin to realize that you are close to your destination and have to swallow an additional time when you begin to think about what you're going to tell these people. You
Has
walk in.
Allison also regained consciousness, or is he still unconscious? Okay, cool.
We'll say not yet.
Okay, cool.
As you continue to drag Allison into the circle this day, you come across the small clearing, the small field of grass with the trickling stream of water where you, Hannah, had your epiphany and connected to Melora for the first time, the place where the fey creatures and tree ants have been gathered before. You don't see anybody right now at this place as you venture forward over this empty space and back into the forest, as you continue your trek following this small stream until eventually you can see the slowly turning puddle of water with the large stone jetted out, looming over it with the different sylvan symbols, the portal to the Feywild. You can see a couple of elves standing guard there, and next to it, the small encampment of tents that had been set up by the different fey creatures that came through the portal to help defend this area from the Darklings. As you stumble upon this place, different peoples are up and about, and eventually you can see the old, muscular elven form of Dimitra Longshot, with the tattoo along one of her eyes as a sort of scope-like attire. She sees that you are returned, sees Allison on a mat. Her eyes open wide, and he runs towards all of you. Oh God, what happened? Where's Gricol? Is he dead?
We found the portal
Allison
Yeah,
is snoring.
Shadowfell,
Yeah.
and
What?
He
yeah,
might
right,
also have been bitten by a vampire.
right before we found the portal, we fought a vampire, and Grokol got bitten.
All right, wait. Get in my tent. Tell me everything. So, for the sake of this, we'll say that you tell the entire story of everything that happens, and as you do so, the look in Dimitra's face becomes ever more dire, as eventually, as the story ends, he just goes, "So you cleared the fortress. When we returned, the portal was opened. Grokol jumped in, presumably turned into a vampire with the Midsummer Blade. This
Yeah.
is not the Pyrrhic victory that we needed. Damn it.
Yeah.
So we have to get back right now to Sacred Call and close the portal.
You're right. There is no time to lose about this.
No.
Wake him up. I will be back. Give me just a moment. And Dimitra walks off.
So, Arrow, what did you give Allison's?
Well, to be honest, I have no clue. I gave him some of Ori's gift. Maybe I take out a flask. We've been walking for 2 days, and Allison hasn't woken up yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe if one drink puts him under, then the second one will wake him up again. So I just
You
pour it
really
into his
want to
mouth.
try that? Oh.
Go ahead and roll me another d20, Max.
Eight.
8. All right. As you pour the liquid down his throat, it is not the magical potion that seems to do the trick, but rather that you are choking Allison out with this liquid. And as he tries to breathe, he gets a little bit into his lungs and
It worked.
So, welcome back.
Wakey, wakey, sunshine.
No, that's not the way you should wake up. Okay.
If you
Uh,
slept for
Al-
2 days, you may.
Allison looks around, doesn't see Recall. Sees Hannah. What color are you?
Blue.
Why? Why did
I-
you run off?
Wasn't really a choice.
Why did you run off?
Wasn't a choice, Allison. Are you really blaming me for what happened with your call?
I'm just asking why!
I walk off. I don't feel like this.
Hannah exits the tent. Except for like all of the fluid that has now been splattered across like the front chest of Allison, he does look a lot better. You're no longer enfeebled or drained.
Great. Stand up. Where am I? Around?
Well, we're back at the Fae. We kind of dragged you through the forest for 2 days.
Did you drug me?
Well, to be honest, I didn't know what it was going to be. I hoped it would just make you feel better, but instead it made you feel great. So, yeah.
I have been unconscious for 2 days.
Yeah, do you feel rested or not?
You guys.
I have to disclaimer. I gave you Ori's gift, so I had no clue what it was going to be.
Dimitra enters back into the tent. She has Hannah by her shoulders as she basically pushes Hannah back into the tent. Now, all of you sit up,
How?
listen and listen well. Shut up, Allison. Look, I know things are dire, but this is no time for sulking. You wanted in on this. You wanted to aid us in this endeavor. You are no longer just party members, you are soldiers. Now we have lost a friend and an asset in that plane. There is no time for you to be sulking around here. There is no time for rest. There is a time to get back there, do your job, get Grukal back with the Midsummer Blade. Do I make myself clear?
I'm
Yes.
Good. Now then, as the three of you, you are not yet ready. So, it is good that we have help. Arcadius, step forward. As the tent opens, and Max, if you would be so kind to, I guess, get Charlie back in the stream. I mean,
Do we really have to?
Nah.
Can I just
Nah, you know what?
Man,
You know
I
what?
had
I'll play
such
it.
a nice
I'll play it.
time
I got
without
this.
you,
I'll
Charlie.
just
just one more minute, please? No. Hi,
I'm
Charlie.
afraid, okay. Charlie, would you be so kind to introduce your new character to all of us?
So the tent flap waves aside, and a jolly figure enters. A tall person, slightly taller than Allison and Hannah, I suppose. And I think the first thing you'll notice is that he has very dead-looking skin. It's dark gray. It's dead-looking, as if there's a walking corpse right in front of you. He's wearing purple clothing, robes adorned with floral patterns, and a very grim-looking skull mask covering the top half of his face, which is otherwise also covered by the hood of his jacket. A bright blonde beard adorns his otherwise dead skin in great contrast. And he has a very happy smile on his face, revealing 2 large fangs. He stands there holding a wooden staff and just kind of waves at the party. Hey guys! And as he does so, his hand kind of glows up and he shakes it. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Sorry. Hi there. Nice to meet you.
I look at
This is
the-
Arcadius. He is one of our agents. And after you told me that we are now in cahoots with the vampires, I believe it is time to fight fire with fire.
You're a
I-
vampire.
Well, no need to be this crude. I prefer the term dancing lights. You know, let's fight dance with dance or some such.
What
I have
are
seen
you?
Dancing Lights.
So-
Hannah does those. This ain't Dancing Lights, man.
I'm sorry. I think I'm glad you are going to join us. But can you introduce yourself in a way that you tell us what you are? Maybe.
If you would have to give yourself a class or something.
All right. So,
On a scale of 1 to 20, how charismatic are you? How wise? How intelligent?
I want
Do you
all your
align
stuff.
with us and this world in a certain way?
Max?
Ellison.
Do I have any idea what he is?
Well, first, if we can also show the battle map real quick, because we do have a beautiful art piece by none other than Art Loves Paper, same one that created our beautiful Violora for us, to get a nice full body shot of our newest pack member, Arcadius.
I love how Max and therefore also Allison just kind of raises his hand while everybody's just screaming stuff.
That's amazing art. That's ground. That's amazing. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
he's got
pretty
his little
beard.
glowing rainbow hand there. Right?
Yeah. All right. So, do I have any idea what he is?
He looks vampiric.
Yes.
Yes. An introduction. Your name was Hannah?
Hannah.
Hannah. Apologies. Yes, Hannah. My name is Arcadius. It is an absolute pleasure to meet you. As you know, the somewhat unsettling visage might imply, there is a little bit of vampiric descent in me. No worries. Don't fear. I shan't be drinking your blood. But, I grew up with the Fae. We're good friends. We've known each other for a long time. And, well, to keep a very, 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 very long story short, you know, they asked me to help them out a little bit. You know, get them into the, push them back into the darkness, so to speak.
Do you know?
Or...
Do you know how to remove a vampire curse?
Well, so DM,
Yes.
do I? I feel like this is something I should ask you before revealing.
Well, you do indeed know the different rituals that can undo a vampiric curse. And next to that, Dimitra also chimes in. Arcadius is not only one of vampiric descent, he is also known with the Shadowfell. He has been a great boon in this ongoing battle between us and the Court of Shadows. He's already slayed one vampire. Let's see if he can turn one back into his old form as well.
I've seen you do magic. What else do you
Absolutely
do?
prepared to help. Well, I'm really good with the lute and some type of pipes and flutes.
A loot like this one,
aside-
and I grabbed the loot that we found out of our bag.
Beautiful
That is
wooden carved with sylvan writing on it.
That is absolutely stunning. I would love to take a closer look at that later, but
Can we get to the point?
Yes. Yes.
Hold our cash, man.
I am an excellent certified climber, certified according to, well, I think the certification of imperial prowess dates back roughly 400 years, so I'm not entirely sure if it's still relevant. But regardless, I'm a very good climber. I am good at slapping things with my stick right over here. And yeah, there are. So let's say that the Fae, when they have like this big one strong person that they need stopped, they send me and I find out how people are stopped. Let's put it that way. Yeah?
Wait, how old are you?
At the 100 minus the... So, does sleeping count?
Yeah.
I look at Allison. Yeah.
If I were to reckon a guess, I'd go for somewhere between 800 and 1400 years, give or take a few hundred. I'm not entirely sure.
Look, Arcadius can be trusted. He fought with my great-grandfather long, long ago.
I was about to say, so we have to grab this grandpa with us now.
Well, he looks kind of young, so.
Can
Well,
we
throughout-
go already and save Grakal?
I tried to
Hey,
take a
just
good look of his Arcadius' eyes. What do I see
So,
behind the mask?
yeah, so he has this mask on, which is an odd combination of a ballroom mask and just a kind of a technological looking skull. The glass is darkened, so you can't really see much except for two bright red pupils glowing through.
If
Look.
if the Fae trusts you, then I think we have to go.
Look, I know all of this is sudden, but you have to snap out of this. When combating the Shadowfell, your feelings will be your greatest enemy. Arcadius' good demeanor is an asset as well. Try to lift up on it. It might save your life. He has been a trusted ally with the Fae, even though his heritage might point in a different direction. He can be trusted.
Will we be strong
Wasn't
enough?
always like this, you know? I used to be colorful and happy. Not much unlike you, Lil Hannah. But yeah, well, we'll get to that later. Don't worry about it. I know you're interested, or maybe you will be. I can't remember. But regardless, yes, I am excellent at traversing the Shadowfell. Dimitra, this fantastic, intelligent and wisdomful commander, is entirely correct. We need to move. We need to be quick. We need to not think about the bad things. Stay positive, and we're gonna go kill a lot of bad things, hopefully.
Let's
Save
get
the
at
world,
it.
maybe. Yeah.
Will we be strong enough as a 4-people party?
We always have been.
Well, Arcadius has been a solo operative for a long, long time. He should guide you to safety.
Okay.
Yes. Don't worry. Shadows, vampires, bad things, they're my speciality. We'll get there.
Iro,
We'll find out.
Iro, in the 2 days that I've been unconscious,
Yeah.
have you thought about having Hannah talk to your bird or not?
I knew there's something. I knew I forgot something. And I grabbed a pebble from my pocket that I just left there for 2 days. Okay. And so Lenore brought this to me. It has something to do with the vampire. I have no clue yet.
Hannah, always a pleasure.
Hi. So a couple of days ago, you gave this pebble to Arrow, and of course, he hasn't been trained fully yet, so he doesn't know what it means.
He didn't listen again.
Nope.
This is becoming very tiresome for me to have to explain things twice every time.
I'm sorry.
Very well. After my scouting round, I followed the vampiric mist, as you called it, to what seemed to be some sort of underground lair. A tunnel entrance within one of the mountains. If needed, I can guide you there. As a little bit of a souvenir, I brought a pebble because I didn't venture further into the cave system because soon after the vampiric mist, the Darklings closed up the entrance once again. Some large wooden door was made to block everything off. Perhaps this... Yes, it seems that the cave itself was blocked off with some sort of wooden contraption with a wooden door inside of it. They opened it up for the mist to enter and then closed it back up again. Some sort of hideout, I believe.
Thank you.
Can you translate?
I tell this to the rest of you.
All right. As this information is relayed back to Dimitra and the rest of the party, she continues. Very well then. Haste is of the essence. So, pack members, Arcadius, these are your new orders. Krakal and the Midsummer Blade must be retrieved at all costs. Venture forward back to Fort Bluebarrow. Enter the Shadowfell and save them. We will be in tow to protect the portal with a party of our own. You don't have to worry about that. After that is all settled, let's see if we can get this hideout under our control as well.
Can we maybe speak with the three of us real quick, and then we'll take Arcadius and we go to the portal. Just 1 second.
We can do this as we walk. And Allison walks out.
Allison walks out, probably Arcadius after that, and I just walk past Hannah and I whisper, I don't know, man. Let's just not tell him about our party fun shit, and don't tell him how much gold we have. And then I walk past.
As you try to leave the tent, Allison, Dimitra grabs your shoulder once again, pushes you towards her, and again says, Allison, your thoughts will be the death of you. Be hopeful. Hope itself will save your life. That's an order, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Your medicine has healed many people before, Allison. Continue to do that. Now, go.
As Arcadius leaves, or is about to leave, he turns to Dimitra. He kind of curtsies and grabs her hand, just gives a little kiss on it. 'Twas a pleasure, as always, my love. Please be sure to send your regards to your grandparents and your mother. If they're still...
Yes, they are.
Excellent. Thank you so much for the reassurance. Do send my regards, and be well, yeah?
Indeed. Arcadius, I am sorry that things need to be so hasty, but times are dire. Thank you.
It's the way of things. I always seem to end out at the right time, at the right place, so, yeah. Don't worry about it, yeah? It's all good. We're good.
All right. Safe journey.
And you. And Acadius departs.
Acadius, was it?
Yes!
Walk next to
Yes.
me.
Alice.
Allison. Walk next to me. I want to know
Allison.
exactly what you can do, what you will be doing, and how we're gonna do this. Let's talk tactics as we go.
Okay. Yes. Very well. Right to the point, are we? So, I work best when I have several minutes to think about what we're gonna do. Yeah? So I'm entirely not the kind of person who just rushes into a place and just breaks the door open and starts stepping around.
Allison's
I
eyes
absolutely
widen.
detest those kinds of people. They're just frustrating. So, the thing I tend to do very well is fight creatures of darkness. Yeah? Any kind of healing things you've got going on? Divine gifts, spells, you name it whatsoever. Please don't use them on me.
How about medicine?
I'm a vampire. They hurt. Medicine's good. Medicine's good, generally.
Adrenaline?
I've been told I work differently, but, you know, it depends. I think so?
Let me give you a small dose. Let's see if this
I
works.
know the word.
And I take a very small dose of basically my medicine, my adrenaline shots. May I?
Okay. Was kind of what you weren't going to ask for consent there. But yes. Go ahead, let's see what happens.
And I, not so carefully, stick it in his arm.
Weak. All right, so
But expertly.
his arm explodes. No. You pinch it in it. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
That is a 20, so that's a success.
All right, so you take a look at this body as you guys are slowly but surely leaving the encampment once again in a rush to continue the adventure as you see fit. As you do so, you walk next to Arcadius and try to find a little point of where you can see his veins pop out a little bit to get it right into the bloodstream. As you do, you can see for a second that a little bit of a hue just goes over Arcadius's arm, and for just a moment, you can see through his actual arm. Okay, that was weird. However, that like X-ray vision did find you a nice little vein to pop it into, so nothing ventured, nothing gained. You puncture it in, and the fluid enters the bloodstream of Arcadius, and you can already see him like heart rate increasing a little bit, getting a little bit more pumped up. Seems to be working normally.
Good.
Oh dear. Yes. I felt that. I totally and completely and utterly felt that. Why am I talking this quickly? Yes, absolutely.
What I
So
just
this
did
is
is
already
increase your
pretty
heart rate and made sure that your blood kept streaming faster and faster, so you basically you keep conscious during a fight. That's what I did. It's not a permanent healing
Okay.
source, but it will help in combat.
Yes, absolutely. Love it, I think. Not sure. Good to know, though. I have been asked before, do you even have a heart? And I know now that the answer is yes, I do. Whew. So this is already a pretty muscular guy. He's very well trained in terms of appearance. Some serious bicep action going on. and they're just pulsing right now. Whew. Okay. Yes. So, planning, right? Healing works just fine. Thank you so much. So I am very much capable of, so you know when you've got this one person that you really need to defeat, like this really bad person, and they've got these special powers. Well, I'm good at preparing for those. I'm good at preparing for defeating them, doing pain. I'm a good climber. I'm a good sneaker. Generally, I go in alone. I go at it alone. I climb up, I sneak in, and I drop down, and I punch someone real hard, or I bite them in the neck. I did not say that out loud. I do not bite them in the neck. I headbutt them.
Do I
With your
trust
teeth.
him?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, I have very large fangs.
Yeah, that's a 27.
Yeah, he has large fangs. Like he did slip that out just now.
If you bite people, do you curse them as well?
So from what I understand, the biting that I do is very different from the biting that actual full-blooded vampires do. So when I do it, it's just really, really painful, and in some situations lethal, but I am actually incapable of drinking blood in any other way than your conventional means. And I am also incapable of cursing anyone. Were I to want to drink blood, which I don't, but were I to want to drink blood, I would do so from a cup. Or goblet in most cases.
Okay, elaborate on what happened to your arm.
Oh, the arm. Yes.
Do you know?
I can't, but I could tell you a quote about it.
Go on.
Wait, let me think. The complex duality of your nature keeps your power growing and growing as power from the Feywild keeps seeping through the barriers between worlds. Thus, because of this great power, you must hibernate every 200 years lest you explode. If you do, then your power will fluctuate up and down until finally you will be no more. I think that was my teacher who told me that. He made me learn it from, from heart.
All right. How long have you been outside of hibernation?
I was woken up. I think it was just over half a year ago, maybe just under.
Does that mean
Something
you have
like
about
that.
200 years?
Things happen. Honestly, I don't really remember every single part of every single thing. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Maybe I've got 2 days left, maybe 200 years, maybe somewhere in between.
If
We'll see.
you feel like exploding, could you tell us, please?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I am very much aware of my
Condition.
how should I? No. My playful and childish demeanor and the way it might give certain people a certain reflection of myself. But don't be mistaken. I'm very much aware of what I do, and I'm very much aware of what dangers I pose.
Do you have to eat?
Yes, absolutely.
Good
I
to know.
love food. I'm a particular fan of wine, preferably aged at least 200 years old. If you have any.
Not at me, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yes, absolutely. I eat, I drink. For the most part, consider me entirely and utterly elf. Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
Where?
right.
What?
Yes. I pull back like a bit of the hood to reveal a little pointed gray ear. just like you, or kind of like you. Roughly, I'm gonna guess 50%.
Where do your ancestors hail from, exactly?
I think the Feywild. That's where I'm from, at least.
Are you a Ladrin?
I think I might have been at one point. Yeah.
And I gets triggered. I like face out. You're a Ledrin. We're a Ledrin?
Well, like I just told Allison, I think I might have been. Like I said, it's been a very long time ago, so I don't quite remember the details. And depending on who I ask, if it's me or my family, you have different answers as well. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, yeah. I used to be even more colorful than the beautiful person I am today.
Did you change colors as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then I just turned gray. But don't be mistaken, life is more than that.
Okay.
I love how he says life is more to that to the person that's constantly stressing about it.
Allison actually has a very small smile on his face as that has been said. But
And as you guys begin to walk into the forest once again, leaving behind the tree ants and the fey creatures to quickly turn back towards Fort Blueburrow in search of Grakal, who has been, well, whisked away by the Shadowfell. We'll go ahead and take a little break. We will be back at 8:45 to continue the beautiful adventures of the pack. Oh my god.
I like your
And welcome,
character.
ladies.
I like your character. I like that he's actually gonna think about what he's gonna do. I don't like how Allison was hurt by this situation, but it happened, and it will have effects in a good
Yeah, of
or a
course it
bad
will.
way.
See what happens.
All right, see you guys in 50 minutes.
See you guys in 15 minutes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.